Hello everyone, hope you're having a great week. We're almost over the storm here. Can't wait for it to pass by because it's very cold all of a sudden outside. The temperatures drop like crazy. If you're in South Africa, you'll know what I'm talking about. Nonetheless, here we are with our next video on our sketchbook series, which I'm extremely excited about. I hope that you had a look at the other two that I've posted. The one is all about the paper and how you buy an A3 160 gram. Please don't buy anything less than 160 gram if you're going to be joining this, as you can damage the paper. And fold it in half, buy an A3, fold it in half, corner to corner, slip one sleeve into the other, and make a couple of them so that with each video tutorial you can add to your sketchbook, and at the end of it I'll show you how to bind them all together and you have your very own sketchbook. So I have a tutorial on the pencils that I use. Please have a look at it. It does not mean to say that you have to go out, rush out and buy every single degree. They call them degrees of hardness or of blackness. However, it would be good to start with an H and a 2B, a 6B, and possibly one of the black pencils. That is the deepest, darkest that you can go, because we will be going through tonal values, which is another very important aspect of graphite drawing. However, let's just carry on. Let's do this. You can see that I have started. What I would like you to do is I would like you to go through each one of your pencils. It doesn't matter if you only have 4, it doesn't matter if you only have 3, but literally take each one and very lightly hold it on its side so you can see what my grip is. Hold it like this, and we're not using our wrist. We're using from our elbow down through our hand, and very, very lightly, I'm hoping that you can see this on the video camera, very, very lightly go in, and as you go down the page, add more pressure and have a look and see exactly what this degree of pencil delivers. So you want to get to know and to understand what your pencils can give you in terms of hardness and in terms of blackness. Now here you can see that I haven't sharpened this pencil correctly, so I've got a few little streaks on the side here, but that doesn't really matter for the purpose that we are doing. And then mark each one that you put down so that when you go back to your sketchbook after a couple of weeks, you can see, or if you want to see what degree your pencils give you, you can actually have a look and see and decide what you want to use in a particular sketch or a particular tutorial that we are doing together. Blend it out. You can see how beautifully this blends out. It is very light, but it is very beautiful all at the same time. It shows a little bit of texture of the paper coming through, a lot less than what this shows and what you're seeing here, or even here on the 7B on the very black one. But nonetheless, it's very, very beautiful, and generally I start my drawings with a 4 or a 2H, depending on the subject that I am busy, drawing. Then you want to take your kneaded eraser. You need a piece of a kneaded eraser, it doesn't matter what brand it is, and have a look and see exactly what it does. You can manipulate this into shapes. It's absolutely wonderful, and you can pull out certain areas. The blended part does not pull out as well as what the little, the pencil does that you've laid down without blending. Let's have a look at what have I not done here? Let's have a look at a 6B. So if I were to take my 6B, I'm going to move into this area here. You can see that I use this quite a lot by the way that the shape of the point has changed. And again, I hold it on its side, hold it like this, and lay it down from the lightest that I can get down to the deepest, darkest tone that the pencil will give me. And you can see how luxurious that is. Beautiful, beautiful tone. And the tones that you can get from the pencil, from very, very light down to the darkest. If you move over this darker area again, you can achieve a deeper tone too. So this is the 6B. And please mark each one that you do specifically so that when you go back or when you want to have a look and see what your pencils give you, you're able to, by having done this exercise. This is a very, very good exercise. This helps you understand what your materials do. It gives you a lot of confidence when going into the next session that we'll be doing. And it just helps you in the long run when you are drawing a subject to understand which tone you want to start with or which tone you want to end with. Now you can see that there's a lot of texture here from this paper. I love texture, so for me that is not a problem, but in some areas of your drawing you may not want that texture. So you take a 2H or a 4H and you literally go over it like this, and it fills in that texture for you by moving the graphite that you have down from the 6B or whichever pencil you've used into the grooves of that paper. And the most important thing here is that it does it without changing the tone of that degree of that pencil. So you're filling in those little areas. You can see you've still got a little bit of texture, but it's not white. It's not showing up white like that is. It's filled it in. But that tone has not changed from that to that. So that is a really important thing for not giving up your 2H or 4 or 3H or H pencils. A lot of people want to give them up. They just feel that they don't really contribute much to drawing, but in fact they are invaluable in some areas of drawing. Now, you have a plastic eraser, and any plastic eraser, this is not just the Staedtler one, all of them do this. When you use it, it does leave some debris behind. This kneadable eraser is used to collect that without smudging your work. So do not do this across your work. If you do that, you are definitely going to smudge what you have done. Use this and gently dab on the area that you have lifted with the plastic eraser and remove the debris. This eraser absorbs all of that. Eventually you will see, I don't think I have a piece here to show you, but eventually you will see that this light grey goes to quite a deep dark grey when it has had enough, and you will notice that it actually can't absorb any more graphite no matter what you do for love or money. Each pencil that you lay down, shape your kneaded eraser and see what happens when you lift certain areas. Have a look and see what happens when you lift on just having placed down the graphite and what happens when you lift on a blended area. Get to know what you need to use when you further down the line, when you start drawing a subject. It's really important for you to understand your materials. It really is. In the next session, we will be going through tonal value, which is really important. For this homework, I would like you to please take each and every single one of your pencils, no matter what their degree, and work through them. From lightest, hold the pencil, as I explained to you, hold it like this, light to dark, as light as you can possibly go on its side. We're using its side, as light as you can go to the darkest that it will allow you to go. And keep on practicing this. It may look like a really easy test and you may wonder why you need to be repeating it, but it really does help you get an understanding of your materials. Blend it out, have a look and see how much of the graphite moves out. It's extraordinary on some of them how much graphite you can actually move out with a blender. And we will be doing this too, because you can not only use your eraser as a drawing tool, but you can also use your stump, your blending stump, as a drawing tool too. So experiment. Have a look and see how much graphite ends up on your stump. If you were to blend again, how much more you can lay down. And have a look and see what your kneaded eraser does in it with different shapes and points, lifting, what it does when you have just used what is the excess that is on your blending stump. And do not forget to mark next to each one of your pencils which pencil it is that you have used. This is really important for when you want to go back and have a look and see at exactly the darkness, blackness that the pencil is giving you. Also with your eraser, test it out, have a look and see. You can take a craft knife and you can literally carve this down into a point as a tombow instead of having to go out and buy one, and use it in area here like I've done with the eye to take out that little reflective light that you see in an eye on a bird or an animal. So please experiment, keep going, keep doing whatever it is that you need to be doing. Do not be embarrassed about your sketchbook. We are going to be putting it together and you will be seeing at the end of it exactly what you've managed to do, how much you've managed to draw, and you will see your progress as we go along. I'm extremely excited about this series and hoping that you all stay with me and you enjoy it as much as I'm going to. Have an awesome week. Bye.